Hi, sir. So, yet another episode. And strangely enough, okay, today I did like a walkthrough here and I was like, today is going to be sunny. For once, we will have a Rootmaps episode, which is shot under sun. But like every other episode, by the time we are ready to shoot an episode, it's about to rain. But today, I think I have a far more personal question in that we've talked about ecology, we've talked about ragi being grown, we've talked about grass, importance of grass. Today I want to do or I want to learn something that's far more personal. I am on a journey to now start a small vegetable garden at my own home. Very convinced by you, your argument in the last few episodes. So I wanted to learn more about vegetable gardening and how we can do it in a small space. So can you just explain where we are and what we are trying to do here, and then maybe I'll ask the most silliest questions, but maybe you can help me get the right answers.
No, interestingly, yesterday was our second summer rain.
Yeah.
Okay, and summer rains are especially auspicious. Means it's an indication of a good crop. Okay, so lot of cover crops get sown this time, and also this is the mango season. Not a good thing for mango.
Flowers.
Summer, no, not flowers. Actually, there is fruiting now, and hailstorms and rains, they are not good for a mango crop. Okay, at this point of time. But overall, in general, considered to be summer rains are good. So here we are. It's a 1 acre of land.
Yeah.
Okay, and this 1 acre of land has been divided into 3 parts.
Okay.
Okay. One area, what we call it as a growing area, it is a 4 feet width. Okay, it can be as long as it wants. Okay, in this case, it is around 40 to 50 feet. Okay, in the length. Okay, where we are standing is a walking area.
Yeah.
Okay. Likewise, we have created a growing area and a walking area, and of course, you see around, you see a lot of banana.
Water.
Okay, and also a lot of mulch trees on the other side. You can see. Okay, so 1 acre has been divided into 3 parts.
Okay.
Growing area, walking area, and of course mulch area. Growing area is around 12,000 square feet in an acre. Acre is approximately 43,000 odd square feet. Okay. Now 12,000 square feet is taken up for growing area. They are in the raised beds. Okay. I will explain what is a raised bed. And around 8,000 square feet is reserved for walking. Okay, walking here and there, manage. Remaining, okay, around 24,000 square feet is actually trees, mulch, okay, and ecology around this growing area. This is exactly how it was built. Around 10 years back, this area was a piece of barren land. Absolutely, there was no.
I can't believe it.
Absolutely, there was no. You see, we used to play cricket here. Okay, when we started Akshayakalpa way back in 2010, this is a cricket ground. So my boss, Dr. D, used to chase us whenever he saw us playing cricket. Go to field and work with farmers. Okay, so this 1 acre of land, okay, is where we are trying to attempt to grow food continuously.
Yeah.
And why 1 acre? This can be reduced to, let me say, 100 square feet, 50 square feet, 200 square feet, or okay, as big we want. Most of the small landholder farmers, they are 1 acre or less.
Okay.
So we are trying to pilot, okay, this growing system for them.
Okay.
And this can be adapted easily for anyone who wants to grow. For example, this is peppermint.
Yeah.
One grows on rice beds. Okay, you have some little bit of a spearmint there. Okay, so likewise, you can grow any crop.
Sure. I see tomatoes also there.
Yeah, tomatoes on the other side. So in this entire 1 acre, okay, you'll be surprised to know we have integrated 25 crops.
25 vegetables or
25 crops.
Crops.
Okay, generally they are greens and vegetables. So any household which needs access to greens and vegetables is actually grown here.
Okay.
Okay, greens, vegetables, roots, okay, a little bit of fruits, banana, you can see banana, papaya there. All of it in an integrated manner, Moringa, all of it is grown in a very, very integrated manner.
So maybe you can go there and just, I want to start off with why a raised bed.
Yes.
No, I can like the English term of it I understand, it's a raised bed. But like, how do you set up a raised bed? And why do you need a raised bed? Because I do see like people who are growing vegetables in cities like Bangalore in their terrace, they also seem to have this
Yes.
raised bed. So what is so special about a
See,
raised bed?
concept of a raised bed is very simple, okay? Now you're seeing this is a soil, okay?
Yeah.
And this soil is not good for growing crops,
Okay.
okay? Not much can grow. But what you can do in a raised bed, you can see is a 4 feet width.
Yeah.
It can be as long as, okay, your terrace or a land which is there.
Okay.
This is a combination of 4 things. One is a red soil,
All right.
one other is tank bund soil, okay, it's a clay soil, tank bund soil, farmyard manure, and desiccated carbon. All 4 of them have been mixed in a certain proportion. And a soil which is, okay, 6.5% pH,
Okay.
okay, and of course all the nutrition balanced has been created. On this one, you can grow anything technically. So fundamental principle is this. For example, now this is a little bit of a peppermint and spearmint combination we are growing here. Let us assume you harvest 2 kgs of peppermint.
Okay.
Put the 2 kgs manure back. The question is where the manure comes from. Around the mulch trees, we grow mulch and use little bit of a cow dung and make manure. That's exactly the fundamental concept of a raised bed.
Okay.
Beauty of the raised bed is this can grow food for you throughout the year, irrespective of the season, because sometimes growing greens and vegetables becomes complicated in rainy season.
Yeah.
Okay, it can be grown there also because drainage of the soils are very good.
Okay. It just drains out.
Drains out. The entire this one drains out. That's exactly how, okay, the concept of a raised bed, okay, is done.
Sir, a few questions. Is 4 feet fixed or something that we've...
You can have 1 feet, you can have half a feet.
Okay. So depending on space that we have.
Basically, in our case, there is a walking area of 2 feet here. Okay, this side you can stretch and manage 2 feet.
Oh,
You
to
can from that
harvest.
side, harvest and manage. That's how we have done.
Okay.
So as much space you have, if you do 1 feet by 1 feet, you can do raised bed. Okay, there's no reason that, okay, it is constrained by width or length.
Okay. So, and now you said pH value should be 6.5. How do a layperson have like a sense of what is the pH value? Are there like basic tests we can continuously do to ensure
Yes.
soil is in a good
the
health?
fundamental thumb rule is this, okay? When you're creating a soil for crops, okay, red clay soil, okay, with a little bit of a, let me say 20% clay,
Okay.
80% red soil.
Okay.
Okay, if you have that combination, it is around 6.5% pH.
All right.
Okay, simple. Okay, and of course add little bit of a farmyard manure, little bit of a desiccated carbon. Desiccated carbon is required to increase the porosity,
Okay.
breathing of the soil.
Sure.
So at initial stages we need to set it up. Or else what happens is soils don't breathe, and water holding capacity needs to increase. Water holding capacity of a soil goes up when you add a desiccated carbon.
Okay.
Most of the lot of, or let me say, people who make carbon, you can go on waste, you can collect and put it almost zero cost. You can do it.
Just for clarifying, when you say carbon, you're talking about organic matter.
Idlu means, for example, in Kannada it is called idlu. If you take, let me say, coconut shell, if you burn the coconut shell in the absence of air, you make a desiccated carbon. Okay, when you are cleaning it, you get a lot of powder, you put it here. So that's how it is a desiccated carbon. Or for example, a lot of brick kilns, okay, they burn the wood, okay, to bake the bricks. Okay, what is left over, you can just come and put it here. So there's a desiccated carbon.
So what about things like a humus or something? Is that also...
Yeah, the farmyard manure I told, the 4 combinations. One is the red soil.
Yeah.
Second is the tank bund soil. Tank bund is, for example, if there is a nearby tank,
That...
a silt, okay, what is there, little bit of that one. And farmyard manure is the humus, what we are talking of. Farmyard manure, FIM, and of course desiccated carbon. This is the combination which is required to create a raised bed.
Okay. And then we have to keep supplying the same amount, the same ratio throughout?
No, this is the first time creation. Okay, that's the beauty of it. First time you create a bed like this. Okay. Now let us assume you created this bed with 60%, okay, if it is a red soil, 20%, okay, you put a this is tank bund soil. Okay, 10%, okay, you put farm-made manure. 10% you put desiccated carbon. This is the combination we have done, okay, to get a 6.5% pH. And of course, micronutrients are balanced. So then you start a crop. You need not replace the soil. You need not till the soil. You need not plow. You need not do anything. Your job is to continuously seed.
Okay.
So when you start seeding, of course, you get a crop. You harvest it. So what you have harvested? You have harvested nutrition out from the soil. You need to replenish the nutrition. So what we are saying is, for example, the crops like this in the boundary you grow, okay, green manure, and okay, pulverize it, okay, and mix with farm-made manure and make a manure, and fill in the bed. For example, thumb rule is, if you are harvesting 1 kg of greens, you put 1 kg of manure back.
Correct.
If you are harvesting 1 kg of vegetables, you put 1 kg of this. This is a thumb rule works. Sometimes you might have to adjust, but mostly it works.
Okay. And very important question, where do we get the soil from? Because I am again, sometimes we sitting in a metropolitan city, we don't get access to soil at all. So how do you, I'm just thinking how I would set it up in say a terrace. In that case, what to do?
It's very, very simple. See, you can make a manure. Technically, you can make a manure using all the vegetable waste you generate at home. Simple, you can set it up. Not a problem. You replace that
like a
manure
compost.
with yes, compost bin. Second thing is, a lot of excavation is happening in Bangalore or metro cities. Go there, wherever you find a red soil, take it. You will not even object. You will say, sir, take it, sir. It's very good. Okay, takes a couple of bags. You have got a car, pull it in. Okay, get that one.
That's all.
Yeah, go to nearby farm. You tell him, give me 2 bags of FOM. He gives you free of cost. That's it, you are done. So, what I'm trying to say is, it's not very complicated. I mean, you just need to make up your mind, have some mind space, think. So, we can get the entire soil organized.
And then, I mean, I've generally understood that crop needs to be rotated as well, right? So, maybe you start with a legume, then a vegetable, then a fruit and a tuber. Is that also followed as cycles, or are they integrated in one?
No, there are two ways of growing crops, okay? One thing is called companion cropping. Okay, companion cropping, there are 2 things you need to keep it in mind. Do crops compete on the root side?
Oh,
okay. Or the crops compete on the foliar side? Okay, the leaf competition. So if they are not competing, they are very good companion crops. So they can grow together.
Got it.
Okay. Some crops cannot have any companion crop. For example, generally, okay, when you are growing ragi doesn't like weeds. Okay, if there's a weed, it doesn't like at all. Okay. So we need to grow ragi, okay, separately and put a what you call as akdi salu. Separate, let me say, different this one. So that's exactly how the ragi gets separated. So each crop is also got its nuance. For example, now you are seeing is amaranth. Then they have left it for seeding. Okay. So then you have got, okay, for example, okay, mint. Okay, this is a spearmint. This is a peppermint. Okay. So they can coexist. I don't see any reason at all.
And I mean, in some lanes I see that there's a mix, but some
that's
so
what.
it's just based on the.
That's a fundamental principle. If there's no root competition, there's no foliar competition, they can coexist.
Okay.
Okay. If the competition is there, you can grow a single crop. It's fine. Rotate it out, as you are saying.
Okay. And yearly it's okay. There's no like tension to the soil that we are exhausting it as long as you're applying.
Applying this one, the soil needs some space. Okay. The soil spacing comes from rotation.
Okay.
For example, greens generally 25 days to 35 days crops. Okay. Afterwards, okay, it needs some spacing. For example, you apply a manure, okay, leave it for 10-15 days. Then you can put a crop.
Got it.
Or if the companion cropping system is followed, okay, you can continuously grow. But you need to replenish, okay, the lost nutrition.
Got it, sir. I think we can talk about what is happening in the borders. I think.
So you can see here. So in the round the borders, okay, we have started growing little bit of tomatoes. You can grow here. Okay. Okay, little bit of a curvevo. Curvevo is what
Curry
is
leaves.
curry leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then also you can see little bit of a bee boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, bees are going in, coming out.
Hmm.
Okay, that is odd soge. I don't know the English name.
Mm-hmm.
That generates amazing amount of mulch. English name in no? Huh? Adatoda. So that's in Kannada it is called odd soge.
Okay.
So it generates amazing mulch.
Months.
Okay, yeah, lot of mulch. You cut it and make manure. You can see all the waste HLH has been actually made into mulch here.
Okay.
Okay, mulch it under same situ. You can see some bananas planted there. Same pattern. Okay, little bit of a tomatoes. Okay, little bit of a curvevo. Okay, adsoge, banana. This pattern continues. And of course, there could be different beds. For example, you can see here little bit of amaranth.
Yeah.
Okay, is being grown here. So now it is coming up. You can see it has been seeded maybe around 10 days back. Now you can see here this amaranth is coming up. And slowly it will come up. So that's how it is. And this is kuiguraku. Kuiguraku means it keep cutting. No, it keeps coming. You can see here. So this is a different this one. So it has been harvested multiple times. You can see here. It has been cut. Okay, it keeps coming back. Yeah.
Is there any nutrient deficiency in the future, like after the cuts? Does it?
No. You should keep replenishing. Replenishing with this one. See, soil is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You can see soil is beautiful. So this is beautifully grown. That's exactly how it is.
Is there like an eye test to soil quality? Just make it a little wet?
No. But don't look at soil.
Okay.
You look at the crop. Okay, it's a beautiful eye test. Yeah, it's a beautiful eye test. How good the crop is. That's a good eye test.
And I see like a very good mango tree also.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure all the mangoes needed come from one tree itself.
Yes. So and also you can see here, this entire thing explains what's happening in this 1 acre.
Yeah.
You can see here, I think they got a MIS for March. Okay. So March month, this 1 acre produced 1,199 kgs of greens and vegetables.
Okay.
At an average, daily they have harvested 38 kgs.
Wow.
Okay. And of course, after 38 kgs, 6% is a grading loss, where consumers say there's a problem, that problem, this problem. Okay. And productivity for square feet from a grammage point of view to 66 grams. It's just amazing. Total sold vegetable value at a farm gate price is 1,45,000 rupees is what it is. Total manpower employed is 2 people.
So it's just a family can easily
manage. One lady can easily manage this. Even if you take 50% of it as an expense, okay, it is still very good money. But only thing is we need to create the market. Also, a lot of parameters we need to see. For example, from an acre productivity point of view, in India at an average vegetables we can average it at 7.2 tons. We are averaging 12 tons. On a water consumption, to produce 1 kg of a green or a vegetable, 221 liters per kg is required.
Okay.
Akshayakalpa is averaging 150 liters per kg.
So what are we doing differently, sir?
Because the way we, see for example, we have dripped it.
Okay.
Okay, we have sprinkler irrigated. We don't flood it. So we don't need a lot of water. So we need to cut down on water. So water is a problem than a solution for most of the problems. Okay, and we are also seed sowing data. It is there.
Okay.
Daily what we do. Okay, weeding on the beds, application of manure. Okay, making of soil, seed sowing, application of slurry, harvesting of vegetables, okay, plant, okay, protection activity. These are the activities daily we do, and also we record little bit of rain. April we are blessed.
Okay.
On April 4th we had a 57 millimeters of rain.
Okay.
April 12th we had a 4.5 millimeters of rain. Yesterday we had a 10.25 millimeters of rain. April has been a blessed month for us. Very good blessing in summer. So,
sir, can I counter argue saying all this is possible because there is an Akshayakalpa system here?
Yes.
While say a farmer with just 1 acre will not be probably having a lot of these access to slurry or these things.
We need to create a systems thinking. We need to create systems. We need to create processes. Right now, agriculture suffers from lack of systems and processes. Without that, nothing will, this won't come. 145,000 rupees.
Just if you have 1 acre, you cut this and make it in.
No, it won't come. You need to think like a lot of systems thinking is required, and a lot of work needs to be done on putting the processes, right processes. For example, we have got a slug infestation. We need to really understand why it is happening rather than just breaking our head. Part of it is slug infested right now. Okay, we were discussing before you came. So that's how things right now.
And how do you? So that's the risk for the farmer, right? Like, or at least I'm told that when I do it at home, it's okay. Maybe if there is a small infestation, there's a small pest attack. But at a scale like this, a farmer suffers a lot, right? So what can we do, practically saying? Like, I know few border crops have its own purpose. What have we done here to reduce the impact of such?
See, the only focus what we have done is focusing on soil. Soil management is the key. Okay. If you focus on anything else, if a crop output, if you focus, we will fail.
Okay.
See, 1 acre is generating 145,000 rupees in March. That's a lot of money. I'm not saying every month you will get that.
Yeah, of course.
Some month you will get 70,000, some month you will get 100,000, some month you will get 145,000. But at an average, I'm fairly confident, minimum 50,000 rupees can be generated. Okay, on hand, I am talking of subtracting expenses. Yeah. So that is possible. Those systems, exist. We have perfected them over a period of last 10 years. That's what we have done. For example, Agla. So very simple systems to grow agalkai. Agalkai is bitter gourd. Okay, so very easily we can grow. Okay, lot of gourds can be grown.
Are you saying all this is just two people managing?
Yes. For example, you see here, what is this? So this is radish. Okay, radish has been put in a row. You can see here. You can see, somebody can put the camera here. You can see here. What is this?
Is it amaranth?
Amaranth. So radish and amaranth. By the time radish becomes 20-25 days, amaranth I can harvest and eat it. Oh. This is exactly how the companion systems needs to be developed. It is very subtle. Okay, you need not make any substantial effort. See here. Yeah. Okay, it's all amaranth. This is radish. So likewise, see, row by row. Now what the plan is, there is one row of radish. Amaranth has been spread now. Once amaranth you harvest, actually technically you can put one more row of one more crop here. Okay. By the time this gets over. So that's exactly how the beds needs to be integrated.
So the time of the crop also, like the life of the crop.
Correct. So therefore, we can get a beautiful cropping patterns organized. And that's the reason I'm saying systems thinking is very, very important.
Got it.
If we don't think in systems way, and we will lose farming. So for example, a lot of people have a lot of problem with one of the dirtiest crops in conventional systems is cabbage. But we all want to eat cabbage. Yeah. You can see this is a cabbage grown in an organic manner. Then nothing happens. Okay, for example, you can see it has done very good flower and fruiting. Very good. See?
Yeah, it looks nice.
It looks nice. Okay, not an issue. Okay, maybe we can harvest one which is a good one. Let us see. So this entire cabbage, this is a good one. See here. So you can see the rooting here, no? Beauty of if you develop a good crop, see how much of soil it is holding, you see. See, a lot of people don't understand, crops. So you can see the roots here, see. Entire roots, a beautiful system of roots. You can see, you can shake this. See here, roots. So, we got a good cabbage.
It's a one-time crop, right?
One-time crop when you harvest. I'll show you the problems. So, if you take this and give it to consumer, you will not eat it.
Why?
Because you can see here. So, in an organic system, there are imperfections. We like it or not, there are imperfections, but you can peel off some of these, it becomes very good.
Yeah.
Nothing problem, you can wash it, it's perfectly fine. So
I mean, I'm getting excited seeing
Yes.
it.
See here.
It's quite.
Yeah.
This
Say,
must be like
yeah.
2 kg? 1
No,
kg?
it will not be. Till around 500 grams, 500
Okay.
to 700 grams. So here, consumers see this. Pest is eaten, therefore it is good for us. Pest is not eaten means it is not good for us, you know. So consumers generally, if you see, generally when they're buying cabbage, they look at these things, these holes. So
I
what
think
to do?
even when you get a burger, you want the perfect.
Yeah, perfect one, okay. So of course there will be pest attacks. You just wash them off, it's fine. So you can also see here, this is palak.
Yeah.
Palak is growing. So slowly, once the palak harvest is done, we can integrate one more crop. It's a beautiful system. The systems thinking in farming is missing in India today. That's the reason we see most of the problems.
So what
Cabbage,
about the trees around us? Was it always there or
no,
like this also?
none of it was there. It was barren. 10 years back, it was nothing was there.
So all these grew in 10 years?
Yeah, all this grew in 10 years.
Oh wow.
Nothing. They're all small plants also if we were there. But last 10 years, we have grown this. I told you, this is a cricket field.
I want to see if there are some photos of your
No, it doesn't
cricket
be.
days.
Extension guys generally maintain. So of course, this is Malabar spinach.
Yeah.
Okay, and very easily grown vegetable. This is Vandelga. Vandelga is what?
This is
English
Brahmi,
ಅಲ್ಲಿ
no?
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Brahmi. Vandelga. So Brahmi plots. You can see here. If you can come also here, you can see. Beautifully grown. Can you name this?
This is coriander only.
Yes, coriander. Beautiful coriander.
Yeah.
See, it's beautiful comes. And
I can't believe people actually like why would you say this is not fresh?
no, the problem is you see here, no, they don't like these things. They're all anomalies, okay? No doubt about it. See, I told no. Vandalaga grows like a weed.
It's just taken
See
over
here.
the
No, see here, it's a weed. So most of the food what we are eating, no, technically they are weeds.
Does this act as like a mulch?
Yeah, mulch also can have a crop cover also it can be done. Lot of things, okay, we can do it.
See, I see neem, I see teak trees.
Banana, you see.
Yeah. Are they intentional by any chance? Like, are they just like
they
being
were,
there?
they were there. Nothing intentional.
I think Moringa is the...
Intentionally grown crop.
Okay.
Okay, and outside what we are seeing is all intentionally grown.
Papaya is there.
Papayas, everything.
So, when we talk about yield and... do we also talk about these yields from these trees as well?
No.
We are just talking
Greens
about...
and vegetables.
Okay.
That's what we are talking of.
Okay. What is this, sir?
This is also Malabar spinach.
Okay.
A different variety of Malabar spinach. It's a creeper.
Okay.
Where you saw it's actually on the ground.
Ah.
Okay, this is a creeper. The Malabar spinach is a creeper.
It's like high iron content, is
Yeah,
that?
you can just eat it. You can just pluck it and eat it. It's quite good.
Why are we not putting this for salads and all? Very...
Yes.
So now my next question is, how do we prepare the whatever is required for like a additional nutrients, like a fertilizer, or how do we go about it? Do we just collect the leaves? Is there like a compost pit? How do we then go
See,
about?
if you are urbanite, you have to think a little bit differently.
Okay.
You have to use what are the resources in your access.
Okay.
You got a kitchen waste.
Correct.
Okay. And you got a leaves. Okay. When you walk around in apartment complex, you got a lot of leaves. You can collect and make wonderful manure out of it.
Okay.
So therefore, manure point of view, let me say growing a 4 feet by 10 feet bed. Okay. Very easy for a family of 3.
The food we eat and
what we eat, we can just generate.
Okay.
And we can make a manure out of that. I told how to get a soil, very easy.
Yeah.
Manure, how to get a soil. If we can get those and get started, that's it, nothing else. Otherwise, it's nature's bounty. You can seed anything you want, you can seed amaranth, Okay, you can seed okay, any greens, any vegetables, whatever you feel like.
And so what about, how do we do it here, sir, at a larger scale? I know these leaves have been used.
Yes.
So what do we?
So what do we do is we chaff them.
Okay.
In the far end there is a manure making system.
Okay.
Okay, we pulverize it along with mix with the cow dung
Okay.
and leave it that one as a pile.
And
For
over
45 days, okay, we take that and put it as a manure bag. That's what okay we do.
And are there no like occasional tests on, say, I mean, I keep hearing NPK,
Yeah.
but nobody tells me what is the ratio of NPK in the soil that is required. So how do we go about these?
So it depends upon crop to crop. Okay. Most of the monocots, okay, they need extreme amount of nitrogen, the N part of it. Okay. Potash part everybody needs. Okay. At a certain ratio. Okay, there is the NPK ratio is defined. Okay, 10, 10, 10, or 17, 17, 17. Okay, and that entire NPK is available in a chemical form when you use it in a plant absorbable manner. Plants can take it directly.
Got it.
Okay, but manure technically not plant absorbable. We need bacteria to act on it. Okay, make what is required for a plant.
Okay.
So that's exactly what is the function of a bacteria. Bacteria can not also fungi. There are a lot of fungi okay, in the soil that also helps us okay, to get plant not available nutrition into a plant available format.
So can we introduce these things or are they just naturally part of the system?
Naturally they are part of the system. Okay, these fungi and bacteria can be introduced. Okay, the Jeevamrutha is one way of introducing it.
Okay.
Soil has a good soil organic carbon. It has got a good manure. You can do one Jeevamrutha, wonderful crops can be grown. So Jeevamrutha is a means to multiply bacteria.
Okay.
Okay, you put a water, you put okay a little bit of a jaggery, okay a little bit of a bacterial culture, everything. You keep it for some time. Fermentation happens, bacteria grow. You take that and apply to your soil. So the bacterial in a soil actually goes up. So that actually starts okay working on the soil organic carbon and making that available to a plant.
Yeah.
Of course, through Jeevamrutha you can also deliver nutrition. It is possible.
Yeah.
Okay, prepare the nutrition and deliver. That is also possible. But main purpose of a Jeevamrutha is soil augmenting the soil with microbes.
And what about? I was thinking, if I'm going to start something, I'll just go find some few earthworms also. What about adding something like an earthworm into the soil?
Perfectly fine, not an issue. Generally, people prepare okay manure out of earthworms. Is not required. Okay, if you can just leave them in the soil, it's good enough. So they act okay. Basically, they increase porosity. Earthworm poop is very good. Okay, in nutrition. So that's how okay the earthworms help us. They go a little bit deeper.
But you will have to ensure there's some organic matter in the soil.
Yes.
Will they survive otherwise?
No, it won't. Moisture and organic content is required, or else earthworms won't survive. That's very, very
because
important.
I was worried like here is still sand underground. In a terrace setup, we don't have where they can burrow in deeper.
Correct. So the challenges exist, but what we need to do is create a atmosphere or a condition for earthworms to thrive.
Okay.
So the earthworms thrive when there is a lot of soil organic carbon or organic matter is there to digest. So that's how they thrive.
Sir, is there any particular reason of say Moringa apart from the I mean nutritional value is very high.
Yes.
And we put it in sambar and we use the leaves as well. But is it serving another purpose in the whole setup and then the mulch also?
Oh, Moringa in that sense now, nutritionally amazing, amazing iron, amazing nutrition. You can see these are the new pods which are coming up, and you can see it is flowering. Yeah, it's a big, they left it for seeds, all of it. Moringa doesn't need water. So it can grow without water, technically. So it is a drought resistant crop. That's the beauty of a Moringa. That's the reason we need to arrange crops such a way that there is no dependency on, let me say, irrigation. There is no dependency on crops. There is no dependency on, let me say, giving water from outside. The crops needs to be thought like that. We can arrange such crop patterns. It is possible.
Okay. And I've also heard that, say, in borders, a plant like, say, marigold is kept.
Yes.
For repelling pests.
Yes.
What is the...
No, the marigold fundamentally is it's a flower, no?
Yeah.
Lot of insects can be attracted to your flower.
So instead of going to
It's-
the fruit...
Correct, it's a trap crop.
Okay.
Marigold is called a trap crop. You can see, for example, it might look a tilled area. You can see amaranth is growing.
Yeah.
So you can see the amaranth is coming up. Next week when you come, it will be full green here. So that's how it is.
What is the life of amaranth?
See, you can harvest starting from 25 days to 35 days. That's
Wow.
it. Okay, it's a very fast growing vegetable or a green.
And you have carrots as
Yeah,
well.
you can see the carrots here. You can see the beans here. You can see, okay, little bit of a creepers we are growing. Okay, kumlakai. In Kannada it is called kumlakai gida we have grown. Okay, and
So sir, if I had to sort of understand, while models exist, it is really up to the farmer to really figure out the way they want to do it, right? Like, and also figure out what works best for them.
correct. So that's the reason the models, the fundamental difficulty of a model is area by area it changes, soil by soil it changes.
Yeah.
Okay, and geo by geo it changes. So how to normalize it is difficult. What works in Punjab will not work in Tamil Nadu.
Correct.
So what we are trying to do in rice bed system is there's a one fundamental variable of growing crop. My soil is different from your farm soil.
Correct.
Can you standardize soil? That's what we are. That's the question. Okay,
Understood.
with a red soil, okay, with a farmyard manure, okay, a little bit of a tank bund soil, and little bit of a desiccated carbon. Can we standardize the soil? That's the question. If we eliminate that as a variable, rest of the thing is a process
Correct.
or a system. So that's what we are trying to do.
And when we build the, here we've used, I think, some stone
Yes, yeah.
material.
Kadapa
Yeah.
material.
Can we use something else with the
Yes,
same?
any rubble you can use.
Okay.
If you see in Devarkadu, we have used rubble. We have not used kadapa. Whichever material is available.
Wood
we can
is
use.
also plywood.
Wood also
or,
is fine, but wood will go off for some
integrate
time.
and
But any rubble which is available, henchu, Vadagagira henchu means roofing material which has gone bad, we can use it. And we have used kadapa because it was abundantly available
So if
for us,
it's
it was
a-
cheaper.
If it's a new house built and
Yes.
there are remaining tiles or something, we can use
it.
any
We
of
can
it.
use it. So there's no need for anything okay to be bought from outside. Okay, you can technically source
Just-
everything.
And what is the idea, sir? So there is a gap.
Yeah.
Should we keep a gap,
Yes,
or
we should.
is it underneath that is?
No. We should. Aeration is very important. When you build a raised bed, so this is very important. We keep these aeration gaps.
These
These
gaps.
things. Okay, these are very important to breathe. Soil can easily become non-breathable, compact. So what we have seen here, this is cucumber. So adu solpa. Okay, so that is tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, likewise they have integrated multiple crops. You can see here. There is one bindi there. You see there's a bindi. That is bindi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm planning to set it up at home. My first step would be how to make a raised bed. Now I've got, like, I'll probably find some tiles. I know you've told me about the soil. What is the
Yes.
correct ratio that I should look into? Then you are saying that I need to think about crop rotation as well. So ideally, either rotate crops or find out compatible crops. Now, when I take the yield, ensure that I put the same amount of.
Correct.
And is that it? Is it that simple? And then why are we not really doing it?
No, because we don't think. We want somebody to make us and give it. So that's the issue. Growing crops is very simple. Nature does it for you. You just create an environment where they can grow. That's how it is. Very simple, not complicated.
And so what about seeds? Where do we get seeds from? Because I keep hearing, like, I want to be like part of the organic movement.
Okay.
And I've heard that unfortunately seeds, for example, is controlled by, what you get.
Yes.
So what do I do to, counter that? I don't want, I don't want to purchase seeds all the time.
So the best seed is a open pollinated seed. It doesn't matter which seed it is. It is open pollinated, and that seed is the best seed. There are a lot of local seed suppliers are there. We can work with them. Sahaja is there. We buy seeds from them. And we can make our own seeds. For example, you saw Amaranth, we make our own seeds. Moringa, we make our own seeds. Technically, papaya, we make our own seeds.
Okay.
Okay, once we seed, now, for example, banana, we don't get it from outside. Okay, we do it ourselves. So over a period of time, we are stabilized on seeding material.
So that's something that we should think.
Yeah, but as an urban consumer, how can you do it? I don't know. But as a farmer, we can do it. Okay, it is doable, not a problem at all.
And this seems like the opposite of a raised bed.
Yeah, correct. So
Like
this is what is called as a sunken bed.
Okay.
This is a sunken bed experiment. So you can see here in this one, we removed the soil, okay, and put all the wood logs, everything, closed it.
Okay.
And we don't manure it again and again.
Ah.
We keep growing the crop again and again. It's a sunken bed system. Okay. So in some cold countries, this is very good. Rather than raised beds, sunken bed
Is this also helpful for like retaining water?
Yes, it helps.
Okay.
Wherever less water is there, maybe deserts, okay, these things is very good. And cold countries is very good. So to protect the crops, it's very, very good. You can see how many bee boxes we have integrated in this space.
And they are also essential. I'm sure the bee integration also has helped in the output increase. I'm also looking at the tamarind trees.
Seriously,
fully.
Yeah, you can see. A lot of people don't. Tamarind prices are going over the roof now.
I think
everybody is thinking of tamarind now.
I think we are putting an exclusive content that Akshayakalpa tamarind is coming out soon.
Yes. You can see there.
Oh
there are
my
the shots
God.
also. See, that's
And I'm
nature.
sure we've not really
Nothing.
doing too much to
No, nothing. Zero. You can see that.
Look at that yield.
The current prices in the market, this entire tamarind now, will be no less than 10,000 rupees.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing. Just 300 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇದೆ kg ga? Huh? 300 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. I'm actually underestimating.
Underestimating. I'm sure this is like
30,000 rupees. Okay.
It's a lot.
So 300 rupees per kg for tamarind. Now you need not do anything. You just need to harvest what nature gives, pack it, and give it to some people who are interested to buy.
All we need to really do is just let it be, right? I think that's like the biggest takeaway from every time we have this conversation.
That's what I mean. More often than not, we think we are brilliant fellows. We are not. Basically, what we need to learn is understand nature, how it is working, live with it. Understanding nature is what we are trying to do here. So far, what we discussed is about understanding nature, what's happening in nature. Can I give some space to nature rather than destroying it? Can I work with it? Can I make some space to soil? Can I make a space to microbe?
Correct.
Okay, can I make a space to a crop? Can I make a space to a seed? Okay. Can I make a space to a little bit of a slugs? That also is fine. So that's exactly how things are working.
And I would also assume, say, something like a poly house would not allow you to do all these things. You put it in a poly house.
Poly house is a very good system to protect crops. So you are protecting against what? You are trying to do something which is unseasonal. Therefore, you want to protect. If you do a open pollination, where crops have been grown for a while now, okay, that's perfectly fine. Seasonal open pollination is fine. But if you want to do unseasonal, and you want to be super clear, to customer that there are no holes in my greens, then you give the protection. So that's how things work. It makes farming extremely expensive.
And it's also, I would assume maybe, like, I'm sure a lot of farmers will have a tamarind tree like this or a jackfruit or something like that. Do you think it's also because we don't have like a consumer demand for it or like a marketplace for it that, nobody is going to come take, say, 20 kgs of tamarind and go? Is that actually an issue?
That's not true. The systems exist today. Tamarind has good demand. Jack has good demand. So let's before talking of a demand. Why can't I be a consumer? No.
Yeah, just
my own produce. So then what is left? Then only we give it now. Don't focus on market. Focus on yourself and grow the food, which is relevant. Then you can think of a market. So right now what's happening is tamarind I need to market. Why bang your head? Harvest the tamarind, eat whatever you can.
Make a nice sambar.
And keep it safe. If somebody asks you, give it. No.
And tamarind oil will exist
Yeah,
also for a very
they
long
can
time.
exist for 2-3 years, 4
Yeah.
years. We can store. Not a problem at all. See, we need to think like that.
What is it? I think there's so much to learn, so much to.
So
I
nature,
think
no. So this one, so you can. It is all yielding male flowers. So this is a papaya tree, all male flowers.
Yeah.
There are no female flowers. It's not going to give you a crop.
Yeah,
But as it got a relevance in the system,
of course.
yes. So generally in a papaya plant, no, male and female flowers too coexist in the same this one. But certain incidents where it just gives male flowers, but we don't know why, but accept it now. So that's how it is. See, you can see it's full of male flowers. Maybe I can show you.
It's just like
Yeah.
how
It
much
exists.
how much ever we try to learn, there's still more to learn. Right?
Learn, correct. No, you keep learning, keep living with it. So
And so you were telling about the slug. Do you have
Yeah.
any examples of?
slugs ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ no? ನಾಗೇಶ್ slugs ಇದೆಯಾ slug ಹಾಂ ಕೊಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಹಾಂ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೋಡೋಣ ಸೊ
There's a lemon.
ಇದು ನಿಂಬೆ see it is full of fruit. You might not look cool well, okay? You can see here how many fruits it has. 1 2 3 4. You can have 5 6
At least
7 8.
50.
No, it has got more than 100
more than-
fruits.
more than 100.
More than 100 fruits, okay? And so this is a local variety. And can you try to grow something like this? And if you have a
Local
small,
variety, as in, sir, this is not your normal lemon, is it?
no, it's the same normal lemon,
Okay.
okay? But see, for example, it doesn't have thorns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it is a thornless local Sanimbe. Well, other thing is Gajanimbe, okay? And at least there are 50 to 60 varieties of nimbe. Citrus. Okay, this is the local small variety and it's good in market. Small is small, this one, yellowish. After some time it will become yellow.
How do we conserve it? So you get the seeds, is it? Or you're just letting it be?
See, this can be done in 2 ways.
Ah,
Seeds also will propagate. Okay, vegetative propagation also can be done.
okay.
You can see the slug. This is the slugs.
Oh.
So you can see the slugs here. So they exist in the nature. Mostly very destructive, okay? All the crops they can eat. Night they'll come out and eat. Morning they will go inside in the soil and they leave. So that's how, okay, their behavior is. You can see this is a baby slug. This is a bigger slug. Ever touched it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's just.
So it's slowly moving.
I've like even my mother's plants. This is
Yeah.
like the worst enemy for her. it just eats completely in the by the morning when you wake up, it's gone. And so, but what do you do about these things?
No, they will go. It's a pattern.
So you work on the soil, is it?
Work on the soil. Continue to work on the soil. Something will come. Something will go. One season slugs will be there. Next season they have disappeared. Not for example, amaranth. There's no infestation of slugs. They don't eat. But beans, if you put, they eat. Then put what is not eaten, no. Leave with them, no. Rather than banging your head and going to grow beans.
But is there a logic to why it likes beans and not?
No, maybe, I don't know. Historically, it's how it has evolved. Okay, listen to you got spinach here. Okay, see amaranth here. Ali, okay, a little bit of again radish there. So this is all being grown. Slugs are not touching them. Okay, grow
Only
the thing.
beans, it's.
Beans it is touching. Bang your head, stop growing beans, no. Okay, they will go. Okay, rather than trying to control them, spray them, lot of things. So today they have harvested everything for market. They all look empty. So they have harvested. Probably a lot of consumers were there today.
And like whatever goes into community kitchen, most of it comes.
All of it comes from here. There's a raised beds there. There's a raised bed there.
So
raised
you're
bed in
talking
Devakadu.
about an average of.
Around 2 acres of raised beds we are doing. Nagesh, correct ado? 1.5 acres. 1.5 acres of raised beds we are doing here. Devakadu ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದೇವರಕಾಡು ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 2 ಎಕರೆ 2 acres, yes. So they are doing some concoctions.
Cow dung. I think that's the biggest takeaway, sir. I think we can wind up this episode. I think I think just like how we started, that nature is unpredictable, and I think we need to have that humility to continuously learn and not continuously disrupt. I think we've always had this stance of we know better or we can control. I think every day is a lesson.
Correct. Rather than we know better, can I work with it? Should be the question. If you have that question, I think things will be fine.
I think that's going to be my takeaway from this episode, and then
Yeah.
next time hopefully we can do it in my house where
Yes, we are growing.
we are going to grow.
Yeah, we'll just maybe jointly we can grow.
Yeah, sure, sir.